Hello, my name is Chloe, welcome to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my June TBR. So I am actually just about to leave for college and need to get this filmed so that I can edit it and get it up while I'm away, because it will hit June while I'm away. I don't know what month it is anymore or what date, or like I genuinely could not tell you the date right now. I have no idea. I don't even know what time it is and I have a train to catch, but we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through exams, guys. And the next time you see me actually live in a video, I will have done everything, so stress. Anyway, that's not what we're here for. I guess it does tie in to my reading. So this TBR is completely unachievable, in my opinion, and I've not even finished it yet. And that is because I have exams on the 7th and 8th of June, so I'm not gonna be able to start reading until the evening of the 8th, which some time till then, and then I actually fly to see Cole on the 18th and I'm away for the whole rest of the month. So when I am finding time to read these books is a completely different worry. Like, let's not even think about that. I can figure it out. And then when I'm back in July, we have Yalk and I go back to college. So when will reading happen? Who knows? But I wanted to set my ambitious TBR as per usual. Saying that, I set a 5-book TBR for May and I did not complete it by any means. So let's actually start with the books I'm rolling over into June from May. First up, we have I'll Be Gone in the Dark by Michelle McNamara. This is my Chloe's crime scene corner read, and sadly I just couldn't get into it. I'm on page 117. I'm using a ruler as a bookmark. I should probably take that out because I need that ruler. And I was annotating it, but really I was just underlining a few sentences. And sadly, this just isn't doing anything for me, and I had such high hopes for this. So I'm gonna have to push it into July because my brain is just not engaging with it right now. Hopefully I do start reading it pretty much straight away afterwards, but yeah, I don't want to take it away to college with me because I can't be distracted. This is a very, very intense set of studying, so I'm not taking any books. If I was going to take one, I'd take this one, but yeah, sadly it's just not doing anything for me. Another book I have started, and I stopped it for a different reason, I am enjoying it, is City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. So I'm 188 pages in, and I read all of that in one evening's Sunday sprints, because I did let myself read in the last Sunday sprints I did. So I was annotating this one, managed to get 188 pages in one set of sprints, and this is Becca's By the Angel Along pick for May. So I need to finish this off, but actually it's not impacting me too much, and you will see why in a little bit. And then we had my Patreon TBR jar pick, which is Cavette by Tracy Wolff, and chunker, but I do know this will only take me 2-3 days to read because I love Tracy Wolff's books, but I just sadly did not start it. I knew that if I started this it would consume everything and I would put studying off just to read this book. So didn't start it. Do really want to read it. It is at the top of my priorities when I finish the month, apart from things I have to read. I know what I'm saying, but yes, I'm very excited to read it, just didn't get around to it. So then let's talk about the things I do have to read in June, starting with the Chloe's Crime Scene Corner pick, which is The Nothing Man by Catherine Ryan Howard. I do think this is going to be such a good read. This is when we jump back into our fiction prompts, and I haven't had much luck picking non-fiction reads that everybody likes. It's very hard, so I am, after the next lot of reads, which is a mix of non-fiction and fiction, I am going to do a purely fiction round of Chloe's Crime Scene Corner because they just seem to be the bigger hits. But yeah, the book we'll be reading in June is The Nothing Man. This is about, I don't actually know her name, about Eve, who has written a true crime memoir called The Nothing Man, which is an obsessive search for the man who killed her family decades ago, which I lined up next to, if I can grab it, I'll Be Gone in the Dark, because this is about the author's obsessive search. So we have another memoir of someone doing an obsessive search, and supermarket security guard Jim Doyle is reading it too, and with each turn of the page his rage grows because Jim is the Nothing Man. So very excited to pick this one up. I feel like it'll be a really speedy read and I have high hopes. Then the By the Angel Along read is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. So this is what I mean by saying all the books are dotted around me now. I'm not too disadvantaged by not finishing this yet because this is its own series entirely. It doesn't really matter what order I read these in. I do want to finish this one first, but I'm not pressed for time in getting this one done. I have read it before. This follows a new set of characters and it is the first book in the Infernal Devices series. We have Tessa, Will and Jem are our main characters in this series. So that is all I will say because things do kind of get spoiled between the series, so I don't want to say too much. But this is set way back when, in the late 1800s. Yeah, the first chapter is London, April 1878. So a bit more of a historical fantasy for this series. Speaking of fantasy and Becca, I am doing a buddy read of Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin, and I didn't think I'd ever read this, but I saw it in a charity shop. Why does that one piece of hair keep sticking? But I saw it in a charity shop and Becca said she would read it with me. We're also being joined by the lovely Mal, or Crazy Mal as I call her. But I'm going to start reading this the day I get on the plane to see Cole, and I've decided if I just take this giant physical book that I'm not really that bothered by, I will read it. So it's tabbed up for a buddy read, and I can't tell you anything about this because I've never seen the series. All I know is it's fantasy, and I know that Cole is going to be happy I'm reading this because he loves the show. I don't have high hopes, but I'm also intrigued to see what happens. It's hopefully going to be a fun read, hopefully. Okay, next up is the Patreon buddy read for the month. So the patrons each month pick some choices to go in a poll. So this month they actually picked the choices and then voted on the choices, if that makes sense. So the book we're all going to be reading is The Roommate by Rosie Danan. I only just got this, and it's basically because it's £2 on Amazon right now, so a lot of people could get hold of it fairly easily. I'm not going to read too much into it, but it is a contemporary romance about, it's like a forced proximity, is it? Yeah, suddenly Clara finds herself sharing a house with a charming stranger. So forced proximity, adult romance, quite short, and hopefully this will be a nice, easy read after I finish all the college stress. So the last book to add here is my Patreon TBR pick. So this is where my La Push Beach and the Cullen House Tears can pick a book to go in this jar from my physical TBR, and I will read it in the month it gets pulled, hopefully. So our pick for this month is this one. Oh, interesting. So this is Nikki's pick, which is A Monster Calls, which I can't find. Okay, so the alphabet failed me for far too long then, but here we have A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, and I know nothing about this. It was a gift from the lovely Jade from paperback to hardback for my birthday last year, I believe, so it's definitely time I get round to it. It says, an extraordinary novel of love, loss and hope. Connor has had the same dream every night, ever since his mother first fell ill, ever since she started the treatments that don't quite seem to be working. But tonight is different. Tonight when he wakes, there's a visitor at his window. It's ancient, elemental, a force of nature, and it wants the most dangerous thing of all from Connor. It wants the truth. Intrigued. Definitely a pleasant add to the giant TBR because it is pretty short. It is like less than 250 pages and there's not many words on the page. So I'm grateful for that, for one thing. And yeah, I've been putting this off for the longest time, so it's time to finally read it. But there we have it, an overambitious TBR for a person who has genuinely no time to read. So I will leave it there. There's not more that I can add to this chaos. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. Let me know if you have any big opinions on any of these books. Let me know if you're joining in with the Chloe's Crime Scene Corner read this month. But yeah, on that note, that is all I have time for today. So thank you very, very much for watching this video. I really do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.